Greetings and salutations, friends. It's time for the best of three. Once again, the time has come to play a trilogy of games that's been on my radar for quite some time. But to only test them for 30 minutes to see, is it good? This is a series that was created by the same studio as Spyro the Dragon and Ratchet and Clank. But this time around, they decided to do something a bit more serial. Captain Crunch. Insomniac is the studio in question. Resistance Fall of Man is the series we'll be trying out today. Forgive Tim, he's a bit more loopy than usual. It's that time of year. You are a time of year. I'm a professional. I can power through the haze. Let's get started with Resistance Fall of Man. Now, if you were to tell me, hey Tim, did you know the Spyro the Dragon studio people made a game based on alternate reality history, World War I, World War II, where an evil virus of some kind has taken over and we are all on the brink of extinction? Evil things called the Chimera took over basically everything and we're not doing very good at all. And we gotta go help the British still. If you would have told me that, I would have laughed you out of the room. And then I would have apologized. And then I would have asked you, are you serious? And you would have said, yeah, and show me the game. And I would have been like, man, that seems pretty interesting. And it was. At least for 30 minutes that I played. Maybe the game turns out to be a giant dumpster fire, but I don't think that's the case. It was pretty fun. Now, in most situations, I don't know what the hell's going on because one, I can't read, and two, as you've seen, I'm kind of on the Benadryl most of the time for various different reasons. So, half the time I don't know where I am. But it's a nice change of pace to see that the characters also have no idea what's going on. They're just like, hey, we gotta stop them there before they come here, because if they come here, we're pretty much all that's left. The gameplay was super fun. Yeah. There's different gun varieties. There's one that looks like a World War... what's it called? M1 Grand. But alternate kind of sort of future, but not really future version. And then they got Chimera alien guns. Like the bullseye where you shoot the guy and then the bullets just find him. That's pretty cool. The aesthetic and look of everything is also pretty neato. The music was... it didn't make me go crazy or want to go look it up or anything. It was just kind of there. Which isn't really bad. It's getting to good. And it definitely expand upon later. Next is Resistance 2. Just Resistance 2, not Fall of Man. Even though that's definitely happening. Because things definitely got worse. Especially according to this little recap video that sums up the first game. Oops. Spoilers. The guy from the first game survived. And things are somehow worse.
It looks a bit better graphically than the first one. And I must say, the aesthetic is a little different. But I like this one a little more. So a little more gritty and less happy fun time? Question mark? That's not the right word because the first one was not happy fun time.
What I mean is, even though it's an alternate timeline and it's in the past, the 50s, I think, it's still futuristic. Kinda. But it's still based on 50s stuff.
Kind of like how in Alien Isolation, where everything is futuristic because the year is like 2300 or some shit. but everything's still based on the 70s version of the future. It's just really cool. Everything's like a tube TV. It's great.
The music is still kind of just there. It's not bad. That's not what I'm saying. It just doesn't make that little music part of my brain go find this right stat now. However, the gameplay is gooder. Polished. Better than the first one. It's getting it good. It definitely is being fun later. Now, for Resistance 3, you play as the guy that killed the guy from the first and second game. Spoilers. Oops. And things have gone from bad to worse to f***ed. Because humanity are now mole people. To them, they just live underground. They're not mole people. And what would you call them, you need to take a chill pill instead of Benadryl. I'm sorry. Sometimes the Benadryl brings out a darker side of me that must remain sealed for all time. But you're not here to listen about that in my darker past. You're here to learn how good Resistance 3 be in merely 30 minutes of gameplay. Where am I? This game's aesthetic is... I don't like it. It's kind of the same, but it's not really the same. The music is still just kind of there, and the gameplay is still good, still fun. It's just... I don't like the way it looks. Why did they do this? It's very... This game has looked different 3 times. Pick one! Maybe the second one. Second one is the best. The Benadryl is making me... I can't remember if I said this for the first 2, but I do need to know what the hell is going on. And I want to know what the hell is going on with this one. Maybe something in this story happened that made it look all cartoony, Borderlandsy. Probably not, but... I want to know what the hell's going on, because I don't see how this ends any other way than, well, I guess we're done as a people. Oh well. Unbiased powers activate. Tim, the Benadryl's got you all kinds of messed up. 1, you don't even need the unbiased power because you've never played this game before. And 2, you're supposed to do that first. I don't know where I am. It's good to me. But I definitely expand upon later. I remember why I turned them on. For you see, unlike most people, I alone apparently, when it comes to dumb people making stupid videos on the internet about their opinions, I can be spoiled entirely on a series, story and all, and still want to play them to know what the hell is going on. And by that, I mean, how did we get to this point? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I'm spoiled. Everything gets pooped on, but I want to know how we got to that point. This one's going to Resistance 2 because it's my favorite number. Games that need a remake or remat. Warcraft 3. We're doing this again, bud. Yes, sir. Blizzard completely fudged up one of their greatest games ever. And one of my favoriteest games of all the times. And I'm never going to let them live it down. Ever. This video is brought to you by me because I made it and my Patreon supporters. If you like what I do, which is support me, it's only $2. I always post there early. My stuff will always be there. And I have exclusive shenanigans. Not a whole lot if you're watching this video right when it comes out, but eventually I'll have, a couple videos a year, hopefully, that are just on Patreon. As always, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Bye.